Now let's start with workflow task separator. So what workflow task separator does is that it separates the different type of tasks based on the subject. So in Salesforce using workflow we can do different types of action like task creation, email alert we can send, and we can update a field, and we can also send outbound messages using workflow. So here we will focus only on creating a task through workflow. So if we have created one workflow rule and we have added one action as creating a task from that workflow, and suppose we are doing an operation for any record and that record is firing one task from the workflow rule, then that task should be shown in the home page under this task separator section. So that is what the requirement is. So for this we can see how it is showing here in the home page. Currently there is only one, that is account creation, and this is the task. So if we will go to this task, this is the details of this task that has been created from the workflow by default. So we have to keep in mind that how we will separate a task that has been generated from the workflow and the task created manually from any object or any record. So for that I have created a different value for the status field. By default it has two values, one was open and one was closed, completed, and I created one more, that is workflow WF action, that is workflow action. So whenever we create a task from workflow rule, we have to keep in mind that we have to select what WF action as the status. Otherwise that workflow rule or the task created by the workflow rule won't be shown in the home page. We have to make sure for that. So I'll create a workflow rule for testing purpose, that is on contact. Next, contact. I will delete this by after checking the flow. Email address not equals to null. Okay, save and next. Here I will add one action, new task. So we have to make sure that we are selecting WF action only when we are creating a task from the workflow rule. Save. Okay, done. Now I will activate this workflow action. So what it will happen, suppose I am creating a record, contact record, and email ID is not null, then it will create a task automatically, and this task is called as workflow rule firing task. That means this task has been fired from the workflow rule. We have not created task from the record. Creating task from the record means, suppose I am going to a contact record. This is the contact record, and I can also create a task from here. You can create a new task over here. So this is called manually creating a task for a particular record. But this task under this workflow action, it is called automatically getting fired from the workflow rule. Okay, so based on that we have to select the status of the task, and so that we can separate what all tasks are coming from workflow rule and what are all tasks are coming from manually created. So I have created the workflow rule and task. Now I will create a contact. Let's create a contact. New. Last name is Behra. Account name anything. Suppose, and email ID. Mail.com. Save. So based on the workflow rule, it's one task should get created. So we can see that this task got created automatically and the status is workflow action. So if we will refresh the home page now, then it will show the contact info section also. Before only account creation was there, now contact info. So this is the task separator that I have created a Visual Force page embedded into this Salesforce home page. Next is item to approve separator. Approval separator. So approval separator means we have to separate the approval process based on the object. Okay, that means there must be some pending approval action for case object, there must be some pending approval action for account object, any object can be there. So we have to separate that based on object and we have to show that in a Visual Force page. That is the functionality for this approval separator. So I have created a Visual Force page. Currently it is showing two objects, that is items to approve account and items to approve case. So for any opportunity, if there will be any approval process and record is there in pending approval status, then it will also come in a different section, that is items to approve hyphen opportunity. Let me check if in opportunity is there any approval process is there or not. Approval process, approval processes. Apart from account and case, I'll check for other object. The opportunity. Let's see anything is there or not. Oh, too many other. Let's see. Merchant. This is the process. And the entry criteria is opportunity record types, merchant service, and opportunity stays equals to stays to chasing document. Okay, then let's go to one opportunity. Let's go to this opportunity. Test OPP. So this is a merchant type opportunity. So the condition was that stage should be stage to chasing document. So let me change this, stage to chasing document. Yes, this one. Okay, save. Now I will submit this document for approval. Submit for approval. Okay.